Good afternoon, fans. It's your girl from Mel's Mat Chat, and this is episode 334 of podcast. How is everybody doing on this glorious Friday? Fucking crappy weather yesterday, but it made up for it. It's about 55 degrees. I'll take it. How is everybody's Friday doing? Mine is pretty decent, you know, even though it's the holiday weekend, and I want to wish everybody a happy Good Friday and a happy Easter coming up on this Sunday. I will not be celebrating it because of the fact that ever since my mother died, I don't just celebrate it anymore because she always made it special. And um now, I mean, we always usually like cooked something or whatever the case may be. So I personally, it's not such a big holiday. I mean, it's good for like the kids and everything, but it's like not really anything really big. And also, my son is 18, so it's like not a freaking big deal. You remember me from Twitter? Yes. Yes. If you have the same avatar, yes. So basically, I'm really not going to do anything. I'm just going to treat it any other Sunday. But for the people who still do things on Easter Sunday, I want everybody to have a blessed, healthy Easter. So, um, as everybody should know, that Tuesday was my mom's anniversary of her death. And I will always put a show and I dedicate it to her. So this is the show that I'm going to dedicate to her. Mom, I miss you greatly. Anthony misses you greatly. Anthony's my son. We are trying to navigate the rest of our lives without you, but we understand that you're in a greater place and God needed to take you home so you wouldn't be in any more pain. I hope that you were able to find Grandma and Grandpa and Uncle Anthony and you are resting with them and waiting for me and Anthony to join you in the very, very distant future because I am not going anywhere. So this show is dedicated to my mom, Donna A. Klein. May she rest in peace and may she hail the seven seas because guess what? That's where she is right now. All of her ashes are in the ocean, and I'm hoping that she's hitting warm waters and she's hitting Australia and Hawaii where she always wanted to go. And she's better off where she is because here is not what it cracked up to be. So, but she's looking down on me and my son, and we have a permanent fucking guardian angel, and that is all that I care about. And yes, happy Good Friday. Happy Good Friday to everybody who is celebrating. It's even though I'm Roman Catholic, you know, it is my holiday and it is what it is. But yeah, just gonna be a great weekend. I'm just gonna enjoy it because I got shit coming up. Um I gotta go for my next mammogram this week, and just like not looking forward to it. Hopefully my cancer hasn't coming back and we can continue going on. Speaking of cancer, I had my last treatment yesterday, my skin cancer treatment. So fingers crossed I get great news on Monday and you will all know about it via Twitter, and I'll even post it up here. And I know that I got to get to my WrestleMania coverage, which I am going to today. I have no choice in the matter. It will be posted here and I will be posting it on X. Speaking of X, please do me a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will all know about it. Please do me a favor and follow me on X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Cameo. I can't get up like an OnlyFans, but if you want me to, be a little explicit or anything like that, you can give a donation. It's $5 for me to give you a message back. So go check it out there. All Mel's Mat Chat. Please go do that there. Please also, April is legitimately like days away. And I'm a big advocate for autism awareness. Please do me a favor on April 2nd. Please wear blue because I will be wearing blue and you should be too. Please go take a selfie and put it on put it on all social media, tag me into it, and just hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day. But it's all month long. In my house, it's every single day. It's like every single moment of my life. But I'm an advocate, and I am advocating for my son. Let's just get together on that day and be the voice of the voiceless, and get this cause even more shine than it already has. Um, but I'm definitely next week. This is how it's going to be. Thursday, I'm doing episode 335 on Thursday at 2 p.m. So, go check me out then. Then right after SmackDown, I'm going to do preview and predictions on both nights. They will be on the same video. So you're going to get my picks and everything like that. And then you're going to get the go-home shows of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. I will go live as soon as night one goes off. Give you the review of the entire night one festivities. I will be going live on Monday morning with night two, and if anything comes out of it, so we can go and really dive into it a lot more. So that's it. Stand and Deliver will not be getting reviewed or whatever. I will maybe talk about it on night one's WrestleMania to see but I will be watching it. I'll be at my son's visiting him on that day. So I will talk about it, obviously, and I will give you my thoughts about it, but I'm not doing a full-fledged coverage of it. But I will be touching on it through the night one review. So look towards that. So I'm going to be night two I'm going to do Monday. I'm going to have the day off. I'm going to relax, and then I'll get on here around 9:00 in the morning after I've my coffee and got some sleep. And then we'll talk then, and then we're just going to be now on the Monday and Friday after WrestleMania, which hopefully will be back to where it should be before fucking Vince McMahon decided to decimate the fucking goddamn two shows, because he knows that those are going to be one of those hottest fucking crowds. And now, since it's in Philadelphia, forget it. It's going to be fucking scorching. And they are wrestling towns. I mean, for Christ's sakes, ECW originated from there. So, it is what it is. So please do me a favor. Also, please go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials, and they have really great resources there, and they're doing a lot community work. So go check them out. They're really a great company. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Get all your artillery to murder your thirst. You can stock up on all your ammunition with regular water, flavored sparkling water, and iced tea. They have 2 new flavors. Plus, they have electrolytes, so you can put it in your drink and make it a sports drink. Please do me a favor and go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. They already have a brand new flavor, and it's almond alive, so it's an almond flavored coffee. That sounds really, really good, with a nice French vanilla to it. French kiss, chef's kiss. Sorry. And they have goth stuff if you're really into skulls. It's your jam if you're there. So go check that out at deathwishcoffee.com. Please, if you are going to be in town in Philadelphia on April 5th, they are doing a house show with House of Glory. Not a house show. They're doing an event with Wrestling Revolver with House of Glory. They will be having a show together on Friday, April 5th. Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red. Alex Shelley versus House Champion Mike Santana. The Rascals, the Grizzly Young Veterans, will be there. Steve Macklin versus Charles Mason. And then Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, La Casa del Gloria. Phoenix is going to be there. Psycho Clown, Sexy Star versus Violet, and Penta El Zero Miedo are going to be in there on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Then on Saturday, May 25th, Boston. We're giving you a big question mark on Helio Vikingo. He just relinquished the AAA Mega Heavyweight Championship from AAA. So there's probably going to be a new tournament to crown a new champion. And also Mustafa Ali will be there. So go get your tickets at hogwrestling.net for the 5th, the Cinco de Mayo and May 25th show. And if you wanted to see if there's any more tickets for Wrestling Revolver, please go check out their website. All right, let's get this party. It's going to be a short show, people. I only have to do Dynamite, and I only have to do SmackDown and Raw, and I'm out of here. I get a gift from God today. It is going to be a good Friday because I get to get out of here. I get to enjoy the rest of my Friday and go and do what I need to do. So let's get this party started. I'm really hoping everybody's having a great Friday. I really do, because I'm trying to have one. I'm pretty well no sleep, but it is what it is. Not my Skull, my actual coffee. It's actually Starbucks, and I'm getting discontent with that one. Yes, I like my Skull. Not Skull, the Stoke. Sorry, I keep saying Skull. I'm thinking of the fucking the tobacco. Jesus, what am I doing here? Seriously. All right. Let's get you to WWE, then AEW, and then I'll get you out of here. It's very short today. It's going to be great. So I'm going to remind you what happened on last week on SmackDown. So so that you'll be prepared for tonight going into SmackDown. So last week on SmackDown, we had the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes come face to face. We had another match for the qualifying match for the WrestleMania for the tag team match. We had the OC versus A-Town Down Under. WrestleMania, another one. We had the AOP versus the Street Profits. LWO's WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio versus Legado del Fantasma Santos Escobar, and Damage Control Io Sky versus Naomi. The show opens up with Corey Graves welcoming us. Then we hear and we see the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and Damage Control walking into the arena. We get an entrance for the first match, which is Mysterio and Santos Escobar. The match starts off with Rey Mysterio wasting no time in going after Santos Escobar and launching an assault on Escobar. Mysterio then delivers a flurry of strikes on Escobar. Mysterio then goes for a springboard but slips and dives, delivers a glancing blow on Escobar. Mysterio then goes for a rope walk but slips again. Mysterio then dives an elbow strike and a springboard Rana on Escobar, and Escobar goes to the corner. Mysterio then delivers a baseball slide to Escobar nether region. Escobar then tries to get back in the match and hits a basement dropkick on Mysterio. Then responds with a head scissors on Escobar that sends Escobar flying out of the ring. Escobar then hits a sliding splash on Escobar. Escobar then starts working on Mysterio, but Mysterio tries to get back in the match and sends Escobar out of the ring. Mysterio then hits a dive off the ring post on Escobar and delivers a crossbody on Escobar. Escobar then goes for a sunset flip, but Mysterio rolls through and hits a dropkick on Escobar. Mysterio then hits a springboard moonsault on Escobar, then kicks out of a pinfall attempt, but from Mysterio. Mysterio then sends Escobar into the ropes for a 619. Escobar then stops Mysterio from hitting the 619 with a super kick, and Mysterio kicks out of the pinfall attempt. Escobar then calls Mysterio a pathetic old man that fires up Mysterio, which leads Mysterio knocking Escobar out of the ring. Mysterio then hits Escobar with a top with a top of the mount, then hits Escobar with the top of the announce desk. Mysterio then jumps off the announce desk and lands a senton that sends Escobar flying over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. Mysterio then goes for another springboard, but a person wearing a Mysterio mask jumps the barricade and pulls Mysterio's leg. Mysterio turns around and the person takes their mask off, and it's dirty Dominic Mysterio. Yes, he gets the Spanish little thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He can be dirty to me any fucking day of the week. Seriously, people. I mean, he's 27 years old. I'm 41. The cougar is coming out in droves, people. And I know he's a married man, so don't even fucking go there, but I could still fucking dream. Still have fantasies, you know? Escobar then hits Mysterio with a 619. Escobar hits Mysterio with a Phantom Driver finisher and gets the win. And I loved every fucking minute of it. You know, Mr. Escobar seems to be very hot, you know? Muy caliente. After the match, Escobar and Dominic smile and they leave together towards the back. We then head to the back where Bayley and Naomi speak with each other. Bianca Belair then shows up and Belair confronts Bayley about attacking her for the past 2 years. Belair then says Bayley wasn't sorry and she deserves everything coming her way. Bayley and Belair then start shouting at each other and Naomi walks away with Belair to calm things down. We then see the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, signing posters backstage, and Naomi and Belair walks past him, still bickering. Naomi says everything Belair said was valid, but there is nothing Naomi could do about it now. Naomi then just walks away from Belair. We get an entrance for the match for the qualifying matches for the tag team titles at WrestleMania, and it's the OC versus Waller and Austin. The match starts off with Gallows and Anderson tossing Theory and Waller all over the place. Anderson then hits a dive on Waller. Waller and Theory then starts working on Gallows' knee. Gallows then hits a thunderous lariat on Theory. Anderson then tags in and clears the ring. Mitchin then hits a hip toss on Waller. Waller then breaks up the Magic Killer and Gallows sends Waller out of the ring. Theory then rolls up Gallows with his feet on the ropes with Waller help for the win. So they're going to WrestleMania. So we see the footage of the undisputed WWE champion Roman Reigns on Pat McAfee's show earlier in the day when it airs. Then we go to Naomi that makes her way down to the ring for the next match. Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane then appear on the stage, but Io Sky was nowhere to be found. We then see Io Sky on the big screen beating up Bayley backstage. Referees and officials eventually pull Sky away. Sky finally makes her way down to the ring for the next match. So she takes out Bayley so that she doesn't go down to help Naomi for her match. So we have this match, Io Sky versus Naomi. The match starts with Naomi beating Sky in the corner and delivering a few stomps on the women's champion. Sky then fights out of the corner and eventually hits a diving Rana off the top rope. Naomi then hits a bulldog on Sky for a near fall. Naomi then delivers a crossbody on Sky. Naomi hits a basement dropkick on Sky, then follows up with a corner split splash, but Sky kicks out. Sky then hits a springboard dropkick on Naomi and goes up for top. Naomi then cuts her off and hits a superplex on Sky with a floating over for a near fall. Both women then trade strikes, and Sky hits a double stomp on Naomi. After a series of reversals, Naomi hits Sky with a heat seeker. Naomi then goes for a moonsault, but Damage Control makes their way to the ring. Naomi fights them off, but ends up being receiving end of an over the moonsault by Sky, and Sky gets the 1-2-3, and she picks up the victory. After the match, Damage Control beats down Naomi, and Naomi tries to fight back, but Asuka spits blue mist into Naomi's face. Bianca comes down and she makes her way down to the ring and to save Naomi. Belair hits Dakota Kai with a forearm and sends her into the ring steps. Then hits a spine buster on Sane and delivers a right hand on Asuka. Belair then knocks Sane down into the mat and looks to hit her with a KOD, but the rest of Damage Control begins attacking her. There was a vignette of Jade Cargill then announced that she will make her first official appearance as SmackDown Superstar tonight. So that's going to be an interesting situation. I would actually, I wouldn't put her in any title matches until probably SummerSlam, or just continue building her and then possibly put her in a contenders match, more sort contenders matches, and where she's not going to get pinned. Who am I going to fight? She'll probably win Money in the Bank. Then we see the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair and Naomi, try to make things better backstage because she was getting the blue mist out of her face on Naomi. And Tiffany Stratton just walks through. SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, and I got to give him fucking props after fucking surgery. He's back at it. This is the shit I want to see. I'm sick and tired of people sitting home collecting a paycheck knowing that they could do shit like this. If their fucking arm is in a sling, get their asses on TV. It's enough already. And then they don't have to worry about extending their contracts. What a fucking concept. And Kevin Owens were then shown talking backstage, and Pretty Deadly interrupts them. Pretty Deadly tells Owens that he was living in the past. Owens then challenged Pretty Deadly to a match next week with a partner, and that partner was Randy Orton. The match was then made official. Kevin Owens punches both members of Pretty Deadly. That was funny. A video of AJ Styles at his home. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck did he do to himself? Oh, he is just a southern boy with definitely the farmer strength. Oh my God. Oh, he is a son boy, model. No, yoy. Oh, Wendy, you are a lucky bitch. Oh, my God. You breed them down there differently, people. Jesus Christ. Oh, needs to take a little bit of my coffee here, buddy boy. And this is why I was born in the wrong fucking goddamn part of the country. I'm not a fucking Yankee here. I'm a Southern girl at heart here. I like, being damsels and distresses and everything like that. Yes, please take it. Yes. Fuck yeah. Was shown. LA Knight shows up and got into it in Styles' front yard. Police then showed up and arrest LA Knight. Knight then warned Styles that he will be back. We go to the next match for the qualifying for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. So that will be the Street Profits versus AOP. Match starts off with Dawkins delivering left and right hands. Akam and Razor then double team Dawkins, working on him on their side of the ring. Ford gets a blind tag, and the Street Profits deliver a series of kicks on both members of AOP, sending them out of the ring. Ford goes for a dive, but is caught by Akam and Razor. Dawkins then tries to make the save, but Ford gets powerbombed into him as he jumps off the ring steps. AOP are taking turns working on Ford, but Ford manages to tag Dawkins in. Dawkins then clears the ring and then rolls out of the ring and pounces Razor. Dawkins then hits a silencer. Akam then escapes the blockbuster attempt and delivers a vicious boot to Ford's head. AOP then lands a last chapter on Ford, but Dawkins breaks up the pin. Akam and Razor then go for a double powerbomb, but Dawkins breaks up that. Ford then rolls Akam up for the win, and the Street Profits are going to WrestleMania. Which, in my opinion, I think Akam and Razor do deserve it better. I mean, fucking goddamn. Street Profits have already had titles and have had moments. Allow fucking, this is the problem here. I mean, fucking Bianca Belair is probably going to get a match or something like that this week. Because God forbid that they put her off the fucking guard. I mean, Jesus Christ, she is on the cover of the video game with Rhea Ripley. But who's more important right now, Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair? I mean, come on. Who are you fucking with here? Who are you talking about? I mean, come on. Yeah, I just threw out my New York. Sorry. We have a lineup for next week's episode tonight on SmackDown. We head back to where Paul Heyman calls the tribal chief Roman Reigns and tells him that Cody Rhodes is at SmackDown alone. Reigns is then shown walking alongside Heyman as they are about to head to the ring. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman make their way down to the ring. Reigns starts off by saying he is the man of his word. Reigns then says he is alone, and now it's time for Cody Rhodes to come to the ring and acknowledge him. Rhodes makes his way down to the ring and joins Reigns and Heyman. Reigns then tells Rhodes that he came alone. Rhodes then says Reigns came alone. He came alone as well. Reigns then calls Rhodes a fool. Reigns then says from his perspective, Rhodes isn't a fit for this job. He's an idiot. Reigns then takes a shot on Rhodes for aligning himself with Reigns' little brother Seth Rollins. Reigns then says Rollins was nowhere to be found when Rhodes needed him last week. Reigns then reminds Rhodes that Rollins stabbed him in the back when they were in the Shield. Rhodes then asks the crowd if they think that he could trust Seth. Rollins and the crowd responds. Rhodes then says Rollins may hate his guts, but Rollins hates Reigns even more. Rhodes then says Reigns should be worried about his tag team partner, The Rock. Reigns then mocks Rhodes for making promises he can't keep, as well as all he will ever be is a number 2. Reigns then says he is number 1 forever, and Heyman holds up his championship behind him like a fucking weasel. I love it. Ow. Rhodes then puts over Reigns, but then says when it comes to defeating Reigns at WrestleMania, he isn't number 2. He is the 1. Rhodes then offers Reigns a handshake. Reigns then laughs at Rhodes and shakes Heyman's hand. Reigns and Heyman then leave the ring. Reigns then snaps his fingers, and Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso appear in the crowd. Rhodes then looks concerned as they circle the ring and join Reigns on the ramp. But Rhodes' mood quickly changes when main event Jey Uso and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins make their way down to the ring, through the crowd to join him. All 6 men stare at each other to close down the show, and that is that. So let's go on to Raw. My allergies are kicking my ass. All right, right church, wrong pew. There we go. All right, this is the second to last Monday before we go into the go-home shows. Now, remember, people, listen. Next Thursday, I will be going live with episode 335. It will cover all AEW and this Friday's SmackDown. Because Monday and Fridays of next week's go-home show will be on the preview and predictions for night 1 and night 2. It's very simple. We do this every fucking pay-per-view. Like when we go into the next pay-per-view for AEW, which is Dynasty, you're going to get all the go-home shows on Dynasty's preview and predictions. It's not that hard. It's simple. And I will be doing the preview and predictions again right after SmackDown next Friday at like 10:15, 10:30. So you will know, but I will make sure that I get a fucking bulletin out so you guys don't forget. Anywho, let's move on. Monday Night Raw. We have the the rundown of what. So Monday Night Raw had CM Punk make his return to the show. We had main event Jey Uso versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed. Ricochet versus the Judgment Day's J.D. McDonough. Ivy Nile versus Candice LeRae. Andrade El Idolo versus Imperium Giovanni Vinci. And we are in Chicago. And you know that the best in the world has to make his presence. All right. I'm going to divulge a little confession here, okay? If somebody would have told me 5 years ago that I was not only, hey girl, how's it going? And I could finally maybe get you as a moderator. And you are now my managing, because you are the girl of girls here. Save. You are now the manager. You are my bitch, all right? You're my bitch. You're my, you're my, I'm not worthy to you. Actually, I'm your bitch. Okay, so I'm doing well. I'm just hanging in there, But I'm so happy for you. You got your job. I am so fucking thrilled with you. I'm like so happy. Oh my God, I am so thrilled. Oh, my prayers answered. I'm swearing to God. Girl, go and enjoy yourself and celebrate this weekend, or whenever you have to start your job. Just celebrate really good and get some loving from your husband. Get it good, I want to do a confession here. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I was not only supporting CM Punk, I'm actually a fan, and I'm actually strangely attracted to him. Yes, I'm saying this right now on my show. Book it, whatever you have to do, whatever you have to do. But yeah, he could GTS me any day of the week, and fucking his wife, yeah, she could go a little psycho on me any day of the week, but that's neither here or there. But if you would have told me that I would be saying this now about him 5 years ago, I would have said you're smoking some good shit, and I want some. All right. In fact, I would have went to my mother. God rest her soul. I would have went to my mother and said, hey, give me what you're smoking, because I'm going to be liking CM Punk in 5 years. Who would have thought, But, he comes out and he's got that dad bod and that daddy situation. I mean, I'm 42 years old. I mean, I don't look 42, but Jesus Christ, he has that gray going, and it's like, oh my fucking God, he can fucking goddamn whatever he wants to do to me. He was on his fucking knees on Monday. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, Chucky, how are you? How you doing? I'm telling you, he was on his knees, and I'm just fucking picturing either April or me, Oh, girl, thank you so much. Oh my God, I love you. Yeah, I'm going to be 42 in May, in like 6 weeks. Literally on the 10th. I'm same age as JD. Seriously, I know. It's the dye. It's a black dye, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. When CM Punk was on his knees, like he was like in that position, I was like, hot diggity dog. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm thinking maybe myself, or maybe AJ Lee, or maybe all three of us can, have a nice 3-way dance, But that's neither here nor there. I know I'm going to hell, but oh well, I'm already there, But yes, he's got that fucking like the grays and the fucking goddamn, like he's just why? What the fuck? I swear to Christ. Why is this guy doing this to me? Why is any guy doing this to me? And then now between the guys and the girls, I'm screwed. Literally, I want to be screwed, but I'm screwed either way. But yeah, CM Punk is it's kind of sexy, He's in his gray, his daddy issue things. Oh my God, I am going to hell. Oh my God, the stuff that I'm thinking about right now is legitimately, I'm going to hell. Like legitimately, I'm thinking so pornographic fucking goddamn thoughts. Like, is not even funny. It's not even funny. Seriously, like crazy. Oh my God. He can put me in a triangle choke. He can fucking GTS me. He can fucking goddamn do whatever the fuck he wants. Yes, he is the best in the world. I am acknowledging that and whatnot. I there is reasons why I want to go to Chicago, and he's one of them. Oh, I don't. I'm wondering if oh, I don't know. He can, there's a Chicago dog. There is actually a Chicago hot dog. I'm wondering if his tastes really good. It must be really, really good. I mean, I should ask AJ. I mean, or should I, ask Phil, with the way AJ tastes? She must taste really sweet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. I cannot believe I just said that. Honestly, seriously, people, I am going to, oh my God. I need a hot, cold shower, people. That's it. That's all. I'm like sex crazed. I'm just a little bit of an info. I'm sorry. I watch fucking wrestling and I see gorgeous guys and I see gorgeous girls. What am I supposed to do? I mean, Jesus Christ, my fucking brain just completely fucking goddamn goes fucking in the gutter. I mean, I'm a depraved fucking woman. I'm sorry. It's just what I do. And I don't have a filter, so it makes it even worse. So it is what it is. But anywho, the Second City Saint, which let me tell you, hard to pick between them. Girl, you are my sister from another mister. I swear to Christ. Oh my God. So yeah, yeah, if he's the Second City Saint, please let me pray to you. Let me get down on my knees and pledge my allegiance to the straight edge society. I am not straight edge for this life in me. I drink and I do pot and everything like that. So I am not straight edge, nowhere near about it. But I would shave my head, but I would give all that up for one night with Mr. Phil Brooks and Mrs. AJ Brooks. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have a couple of, I can't smoke because I got COPD, but I have pot brownies. So I'm going to have that tonight. Can't wait with some ice cream and some Nutella. Yes, big time. Yes, one of my gentlemen callers they make them for me. So I'm always set. I'm always set. But anywho, yes. So yeah. You you're 30. Wait a second. You're 31, Rage. I thought you were younger than, like, severely young. I thought you were in your 20s. Girl, give me some of what you're having. I want to look as good as you. Come on. Help us sister out here, girl. So anyway, God, I swear to Christ. I swear to Christ. I get fucking distracted by, like, the simplest naughty thoughts, and I will vocalize them here. And I don't care. It's my playpen. I'm gonna do what I want, you know. So anyway, so Punk opens the show, arriving at the arena earlier today. Then we get a recap of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns on SmackDown. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, makes his way down to the ring as Michael Cole and Pat McAfee welcomes us to the show. Rhodes starts off by asking Chicago, what do they want to talk about? And the crowd cheers. Rhodes then says they are at the point on the road to WrestleMania 40, where the time for the talk is in the past. Rhodes also says last week Roman Reigns had some choice words on the Pat McAfee show. Rhodes then puts McAfee and Cole over. Rhodes then says Reigns says that he is making promises he can't keep. Rhodes then says that he never makes a promise he can't keep. Rhodes also says he has kept all of the promises over the past 3 years, including bringing the wrestling club to both nights of WrestleMania. Rhodes also says he does what he does and acts like champion because the champion is not there. Rhodes then he says respects Reigns, but because Reigns screwed him out of his dream last year he hates Reigns' guts. Rhodes then says Reigns may hate him, but he doesn't care. Rhodes then says he knows he got in the way of the wank fest Reigns wanted to have with his cousin at WrestleMania, but he won the Royal Rumble and that is his right. Bingo! Let's see if The Rock heard that. Let's see if The Rock heard that. That is his right. Fucking The Rock has won the Royal Rumble. Didn't he forget? Or is it all the fucking goddamn fucking lip shits at fucking Hollywood that fucking forgot what the Royal Rumble is meant for? Fucking dumbasses. I swear. He fucking forgot what the fucking Royal Rumble meant. Honestly, he went out there, looked like an asshole, forgot what the Royal Rumble is supposed to be, and then he tried to fucking backtrack on it. That was a stupid mistake. So then Rhodes then asks the WWE Universe if they will ride with him and fight with him against Roman Reigns. Rhodes then says he's going to point at WrestleMania's sign and he wants everyone to do with him in the crowd, and the crowd goes wild. Rhodes then does the Bullet Club hand gesture. It's not the Bullet Club hand gesture. Okay, it's the Too Sweet. That was a thing with the NWO. So how many people forgot about that? But he did this and he did it for Kenny Omega. He does that to honor the Bucks and Kenny Omega. And I love that. That is something that, sweetheart, if I was still in my 20s, the things I'd be doing, trust me. So I like that. That gives him an homage and to basically say, I'm still thinking about you guys. And I like that. And gesture at the sign. And the crowd does the same. The Rock's music then hits and the crowd explodes as the Great One makes his way down to the ring. So Rhodes and The Rock have a long stare down. The crowd then breaks into a CM Punk chant. The Rock then puts his hands behind his back and steps up to Rhodes. Rhodes then stands where The Rock and whispers something into him. And Rhodes looks unnerved. The Rock then leaves the ring. The crowd boos the People's Champion out of the building. Then we head to the back where Jackie Redmond catches up with The Rock. Redmond asks The Rock what he said to Cody Rhodes in the ring. The Rock then tells Redmond to go ask Rhodes. I'm loving the way they're putting together these shows lately. I am so loving it. It's like you go through you're watching it and it kind of, it goes off to the other stories, but it's still that's the main part about it. And I love it. And I love the fact that when like they're in the back or anything, it's not like cut, and then it's all fluid. That's how it should be. Every fucking promotion should be like this if they're going to do it on television. It feels like it's like real life. Like I want to see that. I want to see the chaos. I want to see maybe a makeup artist dump some makeup, or I want to like they're spraying something in a girl's face or something like that. I want to see that. Like I want to see all of that. And it makes like it pulls back another layer to the back. And I like that. Because in this social media, we know what's going on in the back. We know what's going on in every facet of the world of professional wrestling. So why don't just give it to us? Just give it to us. Stop fucking goddamn think we don't know, because we do know. And it's enough. And it just brings more, like you have to watch everything, because if you miss something, it could correlate to another fucking part of a storyline. And then we're like, oh, I remember seeing that, because then you're detailing and then it makes it more exciting, and you have to keep watching. See, you're being engaged into the program, and then you're watching it. You're like, wait a minute. Remember, like 3 weeks ago, you saw those two in the back, and then finally, like, oh, that makes so much sense. But I digress. We then head over to the Judgment Day Lounge, and we see the group talking about McDonough's upcoming match against Ricochet. Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, says he has a plan to turn the odds in their favor at WrestleMania, and the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley makes it clear that she wants JD McDonough to win it tonight. Dirty Dominic Mysterio then assures Ripley that he will help McDonough do so. We get the entrances for the next match, which is Ricochet versus JD McDonough. This match was chef's kiss. I am telling you, and I got this idea from JD. JD, not McDonough, JD from New York. If they want to not say that they missed out on Will Ospreay, put Ricochet and get him a fucking mouthpiece. And I have a perfect person to do that with. Oh my God, it's a perfect person to do that with. I'm not joking. Go open your checkbook, WWE, and go get somebody like a DDP. Or, go get somebody like maybe when Dustin Rhodes' contract comes up, give him the fucking money to come back and be the fucking mouthpiece for fucking goddamn Ricochet. Or fucking make him go to promo class, because obviously he doesn't know how to do promo to save his fucking life. Honestly. I'd give him fucking MVP, for Christ's sakes. Have Ricochet turn heel. Have him come out and say, I am sick and tired of being overlooked. I went and got myself a MVP caliber fucking manager. And he comes out and he fucking, oh my God. Yes. Then you can hand him the Intercontinental Championship back. So this match starts off with McDonough and Ricochet chaining strikes. Ricochet then sends McDonough out of the ring. Dominic then pulls McDonough out of the way of the dive attempt by Ricochet, but Ricochet lands on his feet. McDonough then retreats to the other side of the ring, but Ricochet still manages to hit the dive on him. McDonough then misses a moonsault attempt, and Ricochet nails him with a handspring elbow. Ricochet then hits a flying clothesline on McDonough. Ricochet then gets a near fall after hitting McDonough with a standing shooting star press. Ricochet then does a backflip off of McDonough's chest and nails him with an enziguri. Ricochet then bounces off the ropes and gets hit with a Spanish fly by McDonough, but Ricochet kicks out at 2. McDonough then places Ricochet on the top rope, but Ricochet counters McDonough and hits him with a poison rana. Ricochet then hits a ripcord on McDonough, but Dominic puts McDonough's foot on the bottom rope to break the count. Dominic then distracts Ricochet as Ricochet goes for a springboard 450, but due to the delay, McDonough gets his knees up and Ricochet still manages to kick out. McDonough then goes for his Devil Inside finisher, but Ricochet reverses it into a Canadian Destroyer. Ricochet then goes up to the top and Dominic gets on the apron. Dominic then admonishes by the referee and he's dropped off the apron. He yanks the rope and crouches Ricochet on the top rope. The referee ejects Dominic from ringside. McDonough goes for the after Ricochet, but Ricochet hits a shooting star press and to win the match. We then see CM Punk is then shown in the back holding the Chicago Cubs championship belt, and they did a same thing that they're doing with the NFL teams, and now they have MLB teams. And I'm not going to lie, but that Yankees belt looking good on this wall with the Jets Come on, people. Yes. I would love to have those 2 belts. But I would also love to have those 2 belts wrapped around my tits and my twat, but that's neither here nor there. That's for private time, with my gentlemen callers. Main event, Jey Uso was on the show arriving today. Michael Cole then announces the sellout crowd of 15,810 fans and says this was the WWE 11th straight televised sellout. Bravo! Chicago's own CM Punk, my Freudian slip, comes out and makes his way to the ring. Punk starts off by saying he's got a lot to say. Punk says everyone is asking if he will be at WrestleMania. Punk says, yes, he will be there, but his elbow isn't 100% and he isn't cleared. However, this mouth still works. Punk, that's when he goes after his wife, and that's where my juices start flowing. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna. Punk says someone suggested maybe he'd be the referee at a match at WrestleMania. Punk then asks the crowd, is there a title match happening at WrestleMania that needs an impartial referee? And the crowd reacts. Punk then says Roman Reigns has a lot to say about him on the Pat McAfee show. Punk then says Reigns is on his way down while he is on his way up. Is that counting his, his hot dog? It must be nice and plump and juicy and deliciously tasting. I really need to ask AJ Lee about that. Can we ask AJ Lee how his hot dog tastes like? They will cross paths soon. Punk also asks Seth Rollins had a lot to say about him as well. Punk then says The Rock has oddly had anything to say about him, and maybe that's because The Rock remembers his arms are too short to box with God. Oh, if he's a god, I'm fucking converting to his religion. Oh, please let me fucking pray to the best of the world here, please. I won't have a problem doing any penance. Punk then says there is Drew McIntyre. Punk then says that when he has an issue with someone, he'd rather handle it face to face. Drew McIntyre comes out. He hits, and Punk tells the production crew to cut the stupid song off and demands that McIntyre get his bitch ass in the ring. McIntyre says he's dreamed for this moment where Punk is in the ring and he's hurt. McIntyre then stands on the announce desk and rips off his shirt to reveal another shirt, taking a shot at Punk. Punk then tells McIntyre he has never had to put another man's name on his shirt to sell it. McIntyre then says, the funny thing is about Punk, he is supposed to be straight edge, but he spends all the time in rehab. It's rehab for being hurt. Jesus Christ. Punk then demands McIntyre get in the ring and speak into his good ear because he's got hearing problems. McIntyre then sits on the announce desk while Punk lays down in the ring, begging McIntyre to get in there. McIntyre then says he needs Punk as Punk is his muse and he knows it. Beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is the chosen one, Punk then laughs and asks McIntyre who chose him, and he was egging him to say Vince McMahon. I would have fucking paid money to have him actually say that. McIntyre then laughs as Punk goes to ask him what a paragon of virtue's name was, and then he balls to say his name. He has the balls to say his name. McIntyre then tells Punk he should be the guest commentator during his title match at WrestleMania, as he wants Punk to be there when he finally has the moment and raises the world champion in front of live fans. Seth Rollins comes out. He makes his way down to the ring. Punk then joined Punk in the ring. Punk and Rollins have a stare down, and the way he gets on his knees. Oh, AJ, please tell me he's good on his knees, Mrs. Brooks. Please tell me that you take his Chicago hot dog and you take it well, sweetheart. Oh my God, I am going to hell. Please, for the love of God. Yes, please, 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 please. So Rollins then gets in Punk's face and welcomes the crowd to Monday Night Rollins. Rollins says that you can't make the decisions about the Heavyweight Championship match when you aren't in it. Rollins then says since they didn't bother to ask him, he's going to ask the crowd what they think. The crowd then cheers for Punk to be the guest referee. Rollins then says Punk's injured arm is his counting arm, but Punk drops down to the mat and counts it with his healthy arm. Punk then says he's pretty sure he wouldn't be able to be objective in the ring with these two dipshits. I love when they do this. I love it. I love it. It's just so real. But fucking USA, fuck you. Can't wait till Netflix. Hopefully they don't censor them. Punk having a narrate his greatest moment. Rollins then says at this point that probably is going the closest Punk is ever going to get a world championship ever again. Punk then chuckles and says he is going to do something. McIntyre's stupid pyro and sword, and Rollins tells Rollins bell bottom and his wife couldn't, and that is that he will make Rollins and McIntyre interesting. Punk then walks away and his music plays. McIntyre then screams that Punk doesn't have to get the last word. McIntyre then goes on a rant about Punk being obsessed with him. Rollins then super kicks McIntyre and then nails him with a stomp. Rollins then walks past Punk and on the ramp away to the back. Shinsuke Nakamura then cuts a promo on May and then Jey Uso ahead of their match tonight. It's then announced that Meek Mill will be at WrestleMania. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. Then we see Snickers commercial with Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, The New Day. We get an entrances for the next match, which is Ivy Nile and Candice LeRae. The match starts off with Nile hitting a shoulder tackle on LeRae. Nile then followed up with a single-leg dropkick and a delayed vertical suplex, but LeRae sends Nile out of the ring. Nile then gets back in the ring and LeRae delivers a right and left hands on her. LeRae then sends Nile back in the ring, then blasts Dupree after she jumps on the ring. LeRae then fakes an injury in the corner, rolls up Nile with her feet on the ropes for the win, and an unimpressed Hartwell watches on. So LeRae picks up the win. After the match, Indy Hartwell looks upset on how LeRae won the match, while LeRae is elated. Then we head to the back where the New Day and DIY have their conversation about the upcoming ladder match. R-Truth and The Miz then shows up to add a little bit of comedy to ease the tension as McIntyre could be seen in the background speaking to Paul Heyman. So then we get the next match, tag team match, the New Day versus DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Hold on one second. The match starts off with Kingston landing on his feet after getting a hit with a monkey flip from Ciampa. Gargano and Ciampa then double team Kingston. Gargano goes for a roll through head kick, but Kingston counters with a famouser. The New Day then hit their patent unicorn stampede. The Judgment Day then make their way down to the ring and attack the New Day and DIY. So this match was thrown out. After the match got thrown out, Judgment Day continues their attack on every single person at ringside. The Miz then gets in the ring, but Priest hits a South of Heaven chokeslam. The Judgment Day then drags R-Truth in the ring, and Priest hits Truth with a razor's edge. Finn Balor then follows up with a coup de grace, and the Judgment Day poses to end the segment. Then we head to the back where Jackie Redmond interviews the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Raymond asks Rhodes what The Rock told him in the ring. Rhodes then apologizes to Raymond and the fans because what The Rock told him was something he didn't want to repeat. Rhodes then says it was a promise that Rock could not keep. Kathy then interviews the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, about Sami Zayn. Gunther says he did not have much to say about Zayn and his words were empty. Gunther then says Chicago was filled with schlubby nerds, just like Zayn, and even they did not think Zayn could win. Gunther then says he doesn't even think Zayn could beat Big Bronson Reed tonight. We then get the entrances for the next match, which are Andrade El Idolo versus Giovanni Vinci. The match starts off with Vinci pushing Andrade and Andrade slapping Vinci. Vinci then sends Andrade into the ropes, and Andrade does tranquilo. Vinci then nails Andrade with a right hand and goes for a springboard, but Andrade hits him with a dropkick midair. Vinci then rolls out of the ring. Andrade then hits Vinci with a triangle moonsault. Andrade then sends Vinci back into the ring and goes for a moonsault off the top rope, but Vinci rolls out of the way. Andrade lands on his feet and hits a standing moonsault on Vinci. But Vinci kicks out. Vinci then hits Andrade with a cross body block. Andrade then hits Vinci with a couple of dragon screws. Andrade then kips up and hits a couple of running double knees to Vinci in the corner. Andrade hits Vinci with the message for the win, and Andrade picks up the win. WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dominic Mysterio make their way to the ring. Rhea starts off by saying she feels like she isn't getting enough attention. Ripley then says a certain someone isn't giving her any attention. Ripley then says the man, Becky Lynch, has been fighting everyone else each week, and she could have attacked Lynch during any of her many matches over the last weeks. But she decided to be respectful. Ripley then tells Dominic to back her up. As soon as he speaks, he gets drowned out by boos. Becky Lynch comes out. And Lynch joins Ripley and Dominic in the ring. Lynch and Ripley argue about what it means to be champion. And Ripley says Lynch reminds her of a cockroach because it's hard to kill her, but not impossible. Ripley then says when she is done with Lynch after WrestleMania, Lynch will get to hear her daughter call Ripley mommy. Lynch then loses it after Ripley mentions her daughter. Lynch then tells Ripley after WrestleMania, neither of them will be the same again. Dominic then holds Ripley back and steps up to Lynch. Lynch then nails Dominic, and Lynch and Ripley brawl. Ripley then boots Lynch in the face and sends her into the ring post. Ripley then helps Dominic up and goes to leave, but Lynch jumps off the ring step and landed on Ripley and Dominic. Lynch and Ripley then brawl until the referees split them up. So she punches Dominic really, really hard. See, Naya, please do me a favor. Go back and replay that. That's how you go and do a punch. Second, my God, Ripley, holy shit. If you keep fucking posting these fucking things, I'm going to seriously have to send you my cardiologist bill because my fucking heart can't take it, sweet cheeks. Your ass is muy caliente. Please, you're killing me here. We then head back to where Chad Gable is shown speaking to Maxine Dupree, but would then speak with Sami Zayn upon seeing him walk by. Zayn says he wasn't particularly interested in hearing from Gable. Zayn then says he knew Gable didn't think he could beat Gunther, and adds that Gunther didn't think he could beat Reed tonight. Zayn then says he wanted Gunther to eat his words tonight. Gable then tells Zayn that this was exactly what Gunther wanted because Gunther is ruining his focus. Gable then tells Zayn to get his head out of his ass and focus on Reed. Zayn then shakes Gable's hand, and then we go to the next match, which is Zayn versus Reed. The match starts off with Reed hitting a shoulder tackle on Zayn, but Zayn answers back with a back elbow and sends Reed out of the ring. Zayn then jumps on Reed from the top rope to the outside, and then sends Reed back inside the ring and looks to jump off the top rope. Reed moves out of the way and hits Zayn with a chop and then sends Zayn to the outside. Reed then hits Zayn with a shoulder tackle off the apron. Reed then hits Zayn with an elbow drop, but Zayn responds with a kick to Reed's face, then hits him with a several chops. Reed then delivers chops of his own to Zayn, but Zayn responds with a clothesline to Reed as Gunther appears at the top of the ramp to watch the match. Reed looks to take advantage of the distraction, but Zayn sees him coming. Reed then manages to deliver a headbutt to Zayn and a splash to the corner, but Zayn rolls him up. Reed then kicks out, and Zayn looks to deliver more offense, but Reed counters into a crossbody. Reed then hits a twisting neckbreaker on Zayn, but Zayn manages to respond with a tornado DDT. Zayn then looks for his haluva kick finisher, but becomes distracted by Gunther. Zayn then charges at Reed, but Reed hits Zayn with a clothesline and a senton. Reed climbs to the top rope and hits Zayn with a tsunami for the win. We then head back to the back where main event Jey Uso is cutting a promo on Shinsuke Nakamura. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso then appear next to Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso then says no yeet and leaves with Sikoa. We see frustrations with Sami Zayn vent to Chad Gable about letting Gunther get inside his head. Gable then tells Zayn that Gunther plants seeds of doubt, and Zayn is one of the best that has ever been in the ring with. Gable then says Zayn can't let Gunther get in his head, then says he needs a different approach. Gable then says they can talk if Zayn wants to take a different approach. We then see main event Jey Uso and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins in Gorilla. Seth tells Jey Uso that something doesn't feel right, then tells him that he and Rhodes have his back and wishes him luck for his upcoming match. Jey goes out to the ring with the whole match with Shinsuke Nakamura. So the match starts with Jey Uso looking to jump out of the ring and land on Nakamura, but Nakamura responds with a kick on Jey. Nakamura then places Jey on the top rope and hits him with a couple of knees to his midsection. That sends Jey out of the ring. Jey then delivers a number of open palm strikes to Nakamura and hits him with a kick on his midsection. Jey then hits Nakamura with an enziguri and looks for a hip attack in the corner. But Nakamura moves out of the way and hits Jey with a German suplex using the middle rope. Nakamura then climbs to the second rope. Jey moves out of the way and hits a super kick on Nakamura. Nakamura then hits Jey with a knee to the back of his neck as Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa appear from the crowd. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins then make their way down to even the score. But Drew McIntyre shows up and sends Rollins into the ring post. McIntyre then hits Rollins with a Future Shock DDT. Nakamura then puts Jey in a sleeper. Jey follows up with a super kick and a spear for the win, and Jey Uso picks up the win. After the match, we head to the back and see Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso continuing to brawl. Rhodes sends Jimmy out of the arena, but Sikoa goes after him. Rhodes then begins beating down Sikoa, but The Rock blinds Rhodes and sends him head into the trash can. Rock then sends the trash can bouncing off of Rhodes' head, and we don't normally get to see that. It's usually the back because of CTE and concussion. So this was a little jarring to the newbies. Me, not so much. He sends Rhodes crashing into the Rhodes case. Rock then dumps the box of tools on Rhodes and then sends him crashing into the barricade and hits Rhodes with a second trash can. The Rock then sends Rhodes out of the arena and follows him out where he berates the Chicago crowd. The Rock then brawls with Rhodes between the production trucks in the pouring rain. Then tells the Chicago fans at home and Rhodes' mom to hold on. My tablet just froze. Hold on. I hate when my tablet freezes. It just completely, my screen just went. So I gotta go back into my notes. I'm so sorry. Home and Rhodes' mom to look what he has done to their hero. The Rock then begins targeting Rhodes' leg, then sends Rhodes crashing into the production truck. The Rock then continues to run his mouth, and Rhodes begins to bleed. And The Rock sends Rhodes' head bouncing off the production truck. The Rock then slaps Rhodes, then shows off his weight belt that says Mama Rhodes. The Rock then says he is the man of his word and wipes some of the blood off of Rhodes' head and wipes it onto the belt. The Rock then says Rhodes crashing into the production truck once again. Then Rhodes' mother to look at her son as the show comes to the close. And let me tell you something, this just takes it up a notch. I can't wait for tonight. I'm wondering if Cody and Seth are going to show up on SmackDown tonight. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. All right, let's get to Dynamite, and then I'm going to get you out of here. It's going to be really simple today. Very, very simple. But what's not simple is, why aren't you following me on my social media accounts? Please go follow me on Mel's Mat Chat on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X, and Cameo. You can get me there. You can have me say whatever you want me to for $5. Go right ahead. There's even video chats. So go check them out on there. And please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you will, or upload a video, you will all know about it. Please, for the love of God. All right, let's get to this past Wednesday. There was no Rampage last week because it was on last week's Dynamite. There was no collision. There was no collision at all, thank Christ. Because I was looking for it, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on here? Because I was going to watch it Sunday. I just never did. And I went to the wrong fucking notes. God damn me. I went to last week's notes. Sorry. I'm just... my tablet is slow. Sorry. My neck is killing me. Oh, I love technology. It's just so grand. All right, Dynamite episode came from the Center Vitron in Quebec City, Quebec. And we started off with a banger, a certified legit banger. We had the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay versus Katsuri Shibata. I'm getting better with these fucking Japanese names. The Spanish names, your guess is as good as mine, you know? Will shot for a single leg, but Shibata defended a mounted Will. Shibata grounded Will on the mat and went for a cross arm breaker, but Will got on the ropes, forcing the ref to break the hold. Osprey and Shibata chain wrestled British style. Shibata went for the PK, but Will dodged it. Shibata cracked Will with forearms, but Will charged at Shibata with a dropkick, taking Shibata off his feet. Will battered Shibata with forearms and then drop kicked Shibata in the corner, taking pages out of Shibata's playbook. Osprey jumped over the top rope and connected with a cross body press to Shibata on the floor. As Osprey was getting back in the ring, Shibata caught Osprey flush in the face with a running front kick. Shibata suplexed Will on the arena floor and then blasted Will with a brutal roundhouse kick to Will's back. Shibata applied a finger four leg lock on Osprey, but Osprey was able to counter and escaped. They got back on their feet and Will chopped Shibata. Shibata answered with a suplex. This is a match 7 years in the making, said Excalibur. Shibata whipped Will into the barricade. Will springboarded off the barricade and connected with a forearm shot to Shibata. Will followed up with another springboard forearm into the ring. Shibata nailed Will with a forearm and Will crumbled into a heap on the mat. Shibata jabbed at and chopped Will, breaking him down in the corner. Shibata rocked Will with a trademark running dropkick into the corner. Osprey connected with a thrust kick. Shibata anticipated Will's next move and countered with an STF. Will reached the ropes, forcing the ref to break the submission. Osprey intercepted Shibata PK. They traded forearm strikes in the center of the ring. Osprey had a surge of adrenaline and smashed Shibata in the back of the head with a jumping high round kick. Shibata locked Will in a sleeper and then suplexed Will. Shibata put the sleeper back on, but Osprey fought out of it and stomped Shibata on the back of the head. Will smashed Shibata with an os cutter, but Shibata kicked out at the count of one. Will hit a backdrop suplex and then wiped out Shibata with a back elbow uppercut. Will walloped Shibata with a tiger driver and finished Shibata off with a hidden blade, pinning Shibata. What a war we witnessed here tonight, said Excalibur. Fucking crazy. Crazy. They've got to keep this momentum and then they can, hopefully start filling the things back, filling the arenas back up. Renee was backstage with the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Matthews said they had some goals and when they returned to AEW. The first was to retire Sting. The second was to restructure the Elite. And they did by that with bringing Okada. Matthews said his biggest goal is to get their AEW World Tag Team Champions back. And they're going to be Private Party tonight to get one step closer to getting their titles back. The Continental Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, pulled up in an exotic, which is a Ferrari. If you guys didn't know, now you know. For their next match, for the next match, AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament quarterfinal match. The Bucks versus Private Party. Private Party wiped out the Bucks with stereotope suicidas. Matthew whipped Zay over the barricade. Private Party fired back with silly string off the barricade. Onto Matthew. Nicholas planted Quen with a Falcon Arrow off the barricade. The Bucks were trying to win by countout. Zay helped mark Quen back into the ring, breaking the ref's count. Nicholas suplexed Quen onto Matthew's knees. Brother Zay got a hot tag, scored with a thrust kick to Matthew, and then did a moonsault onto Nicholas, who was on the arena floor. Nicholas nailed Quen with a German suplex. Nicholas planted Quen with a suplex on the edge of the ring. Private Party rallied back with a gin and juice on Nicholas. Perfection by Private Party. Private Party, said Taz. Oh my God, that was a tongue twister. Private Party hit more bang for your buck on Matthew, but Nicholas jumped in to break the pin attempt. Nicholas grabbed the ring bell, brought it into the ring, but ref pulled it out of Nicholas's hands as the ref was distracted. Nicholas kicked Zay with a low blow. Quen took one of the title belts off the podium and cracked Matthew over the head with it. Zayn went to pin Matthew, but Nicholas grabbed Matthew's leg, putting Matthew's foot over the rope break. Hold on. Family text. Sorry. Quinn attempted the 630 splash on Matthew, but Matthew dodged it. Nicholas tagged in and blasted Quinn with an EVP trigger and pinned him. So now the Bucks move on. I want to tell you, if I get a text by one of my families, I'm stopping and I'm answering the text. That is very important to me. My family is very important. A video aired of Darby Allin and Tony Hawk talking about how much skateboarding meant to them growing up, the impact on their lives. Visit skatepark.org for more information on how you can help out. Renee Paquette was backstage with FTW champion and Chris Jericho. By the way, Darby Allin, he has a broken foot, so he's not going to be climbing Mount Everest. Jericho said he has been in the ring with he's never been in the ring with anyone quite like Hook. Jericho, with 33 years of experience in the ring, said he'd be happy to help Hook sharpen his skills and become world champion, that he knows Hook can be. If you want my advice, I'm here for you, said Jericho. Hook, I appreciate your praise, Chris, and of course, I'll take advice from you. You're Chris Jericho, but you are Chris Jericho, but you are Chris Jericho. I know who you are. Chris Jericho. Okay, I know who you are, but more importantly, I know who you can be. Hook, let's get it. Jericho, let's get it. TBS champion #1 contender match. Chris Statlander versus Will Nightingale versus Sky Blue versus Anna Jay. Mercedes Moné is on commentary. I thought she was going to be part of the match. Thank Christ that didn't happen. Sky Blue caught Chris out of the gate with a thrust kick. Anna caught Willow with a kick to the chin. Willow splashed Anna in the corner and followed up with a lariat. Sky Blue planted Willow with a DDT. Statlander body slammed Blue and rocked her with a sliding lariat. Statlander went for a body slam on Anna, but Anna escaped. Statlander knocked Anna down with a shoulder tackle. Sky Blue tripped up Chris out from the outside of the ring, but Willow was there to pounce Sky. Blindsided pounce, said Excalibur. Willow was right in front of Mercedes when pounced Sky. Mercedes and Willow locked eyes. Mercedes smirked at Willow, neither backing down. Back in the ring, Chris fought off Sky Blue and Anna Jay. Anna Jay suplexed Chris and covered her, but Willow hit Anna with a senton to break up the pin. Sky blasted Willow with a code Blue, but Statlander broke it up. Chris rocked Blue with a backbreaker, Willow walloped with a shotgun drop kick. Sky shoved Chris into Willow. Willow countered with a dragon suplex attempt by Sky on the apron by drilling Sky with a Death Valley driver on the apron. Willow powerbombed Anna Jay and pins Anna Jay. TBS champion Julia Hart jumped into the ring, blindsiding Willow by smacking Willow with Julia's championship belt. Julia held her belt high, and she and Mercedes had a stare down. That's the match. So Willow's already losing. Please, don't get it twisted. Renee Paquette was backstage with the legendary Dustin Rhodes. Dustin said he started 2024 off with a bang. Dustin said at 55 years old, he's just as passionate about wrestling as he ever been. The Butcher interrupts Dustin. Butcher challenges Dustin to a match for Friday's Rampage. Dustin accepted, saying Butcher will find out why Dustin is the natural-born legend. And please, for the love of God, if you're thinking that Dustin Rhodes or MJF are going to help or whatever with Cody Rhodes next weekend, please hand in your wrestling cards now. Because if it does happen, I am going to start fucking goddamn kissing Tony Khan's ass. If one or both of them are on WrestleMania and we see them on WrestleMania, I will fucking become a Tony Khan shill. All right? That's how much of an instinct I have. Dusty Rhodes will be there. He will be either in the back or he'll be in a suite somewhere. That we can't stop him from doing. But as far as him being on TV, please hand in your wrestling card. It's not happening. But if it does, I will be a shill to Tony Khan. I will acknowledge him for a fucking straight month. All right? And I will do it on Twitter, not on here, because I'll probably forget. For the love of Jesus. AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm paid a visit to the studios of Turner Classic Movies and Ben Makowitz, the host of Turner Classic Movies. Tony told Makowitz to watch out for the shoe and tossed it over her head as she walked off the set. AEW World Tag Team Tournament quarterfinal match. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. Orange Cassidy decked Taven. Bennett took Bennett off his feet with a lariat. Taven flew out of the ring with a tope and took out Taven. Bennett jumped out of the ring and wiped out Trent. Orange took to the skies and jumped off the turnbuckle, his hands in his pocket, and crashed onto Taven and Bennett. Trent dove Bennett down with a double knee strike. Taven rocked Trent with a thrust kick. Bennett spiked Taven with a pile driver on the apron. Orange Cassidy grabbed the tag and hit Bennett with a crossbody press. Orange served up Taven. Orange blasted Bennett with a stun dog millionaire. Taven came and pulped Orange with a running knee strike. Taven and Bennett hit a proton pack with Bennett covering Orange for a near fall. Trent spiked Taven with a DDT, and Orange followed up with a DDT on Taven. Taven nailed Taven with a running knee strike. John Strong jumped on the ring apron, but Chuck Taylor pulled him back down. Roddy wiped out Taylor with his right hand. Roddy jumped into the ring to get away from Orange, dropped the title in the process, and jumped out. Orange chased after Roddy and connected with an elbow suicida. The referee removing the international title from the ring. Then Taven and Bennett had Trent set up for their finisher as the ref was distracted. Chuck knocked Taven off the turnbuckles. Trent rolled up Bennett with a jackknife pin and scored the victory. What a win, said Shivani. Interesting turn of events, but congratulations to Cassidy and Trent, said Taz. Orange, Trent, and Chuck were about to give the people what they want. The big hug, then the Bucks music hit. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson walked out onto the ramp and stared at Orange and Trent. Next week, on Dynamite, it will be the Bucks against the Best Friends in the AEW World Tag Team Tournament semifinals. Renee Paquette was backstage with Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle said it felt good to rip the Band-Aid off his return match against the bounty hunter, Brian Keith. Kyle said AEW has a deep roster, and there is so much things as easy match. He said he loves the Undisputed Kingdom. Sorry, should it be Era? I mean, it has the same vibe to it. But he's going to prove that he can do it without them again next week on Collision. So we have another banger. Main event time. The Alpha Konosuke Takeshita versus Swerve Strickland. Swerve rolled up Takeshita for a near fall. Swerve was looking for a short arm scissor, but Takeshita got to the ropes. Takeshita connected with a Takeshita line. The AEW World Champion Samoa Joe was watching the match on a monitor backstage, obviously have been having a keen interest in the number one contenders match. Swerve blasted Takeshita with a diving European uppercut to the back of Takeshita's neck. Swerve rocked Takeshita with a neck breaker over the middle rope. Swerve followed up a backbreaker, but Takeshita fired back with a brainbuster on Swerve. Swerve nailed Takeshita with a German suplex, but Takeshita got right to his feet and knocked Swerve off the devastating forearm. Swerve launched into a hurricanrana over the top rope. Takeshita on the floor. Swerve followed up with a diving crossbody, but Takeshita kicked out at one. Takeshita smoked Swerve with a knockout shot. Takeshita nailed Swerve with a running knee strike. Takeshita flipped over the top rope and landed hard on Swerve. Takeshita hoisted up Swerve for a brainbuster on the top turnbuckle, but Swerve fought out of it. Takeshita headbutted Swerve in the ribs. Swerve chopped out the legs out of Takeshita with Swerve kicks. Swerve drilled Takeshita with a DDT off the turnbuckles. Swerve splashed Takeshita with a sky twister for a near fall. The fans chanted, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Takeshita fired back with a reverse hurricanrana and followed up with a blue thunderbomb for a near fall. Takeshita can't believe Swerve kicked out at that, said Taz. Swerve clobbered Takeshita with a straight right hand. Takeshita stunned Swerve with a jumping knee strike. Swerve planted Takeshita on the crown of his head. Swerve squashed Takeshita with a Swerve stomp on the apron. Swerve returned to the top. Swerve returned to the top, jumped at Takeshita, but Takeshita countered with a power bomb. Swerve escaped a brainbuster attempt, but Takeshita was prepared with a wheelbarrow suplex to Swerve. Takeshita flattened Swerve with a power drive knee, but Swerve kicked out at 2 count. Takeshita was looking for an avalanche blue thunderbomb, but Swerve knocked Takeshita down to the mat. Takeshita avoided Swerve stomp. Swerve countered with a blue thunderbomb, sending Takeshita into the corner turnbuckle. Swerve rocked Takeshita with a house call. Swerve hit the Swerve stomp, but Takeshita kicked out. Takeshita blasted Swerve with a jumping knee strike. Swerve countered a pop-up powerbomb attempt with the Swerve stomp. Swerve planted Takeshita with a big pressure and pinned Takeshita. Well, if it isn't a 5-star match, I don't know what is, said Tony Schiavone. Renee Paquette interviewed the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe after the match, asking his thoughts about facing Swerve Strickland. Samoa Joe, you should ask him how he's feeling right now. Next week, Swerve, when you walk down to that ring and sign onto that dotted line, I'm going to make sure that you understand that you are asked what you are asking for. You think you're ready? No, you're not. That man. Swerve Strickland will face Samoa Joe at Dynasty for the AEW World Championship on Sunday, April 21st, live on pay-per-view, said Excalibur. So on Rampage tonight is going to be the record from then. So we don't know the matches are going to be then. But on Collision, we're going to have AEW World Tag Team Champion Tournament quarterfinal match. Big Bill and Absolute Ricky Starks versus Top Flight. Kyle O'Reilly is in action. AEW World Tag Team Champion Tournament quarterfinal match. FTR versus the Infantry. Trios match, The Righteousness and Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Katsuri Shibata. The return of the Cope Open Challenge. TNT champion, the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, will put his title on the line. And they will be coming from tonight, the Budweiser Gardens in London, Ontario, Canada. And they will be in this Wednesday from the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. So that is that. And that is that for the show. Please do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. Please like me and follow me on my social media channels, which are TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, X, and Cameo, all Mel's Mat Chat. Please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go check out Death with Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And please check out House of Glory at hogwrestling.net. Please, I will be back here this Thursday for episode 335. We'll get you set up for the preview and predictions, which will be a week from tonight after SmackDown. So I want everybody to have a great holiday weekend. Please be safe and try to be not be under the wheel of a car to do anything stupid, and you'll be staying there all weekend long because judges will not be coming in until Monday. So have a great weekend. Have a great holiday weekend. I love you all, and I'll see you this Thursday at 2 p.m. for episode 335. I'll see you when I see you, and I love you all. Bye.